This is Jesus Freak with you once again. Yesterday I made a video driving around with my bike and I had the stereo on and such, and some of you were saying, well, I can't hear it, the wind noise, I hear your exhaust. So I'm making this video for the V-Star 1100 forum that I'm a member of, and I'm just going to use YouTube to host it, so thanks a lot for bearing with me, all of you that watch me on YouTube. I appreciate it. Let me go ahead and give you a little tour of this bike so we can clear up any misconceptions that we have about the stereo. I really feel that anybody that rides and is serious about having music would love to have this system, because where else for under $200 can you have such a great system? Let me give you a nice little tour of it and be a little bit more detailed. Once again, here's my stereo. I chose this stereo because you could simply disconnect this wire. Watch this. And it's hard to do with one hand, okay? I pull out the stereo so I can take it in so no one will steal it when I'm sitting in a parking lot or something. You know, I'm in the store and the bike's out in the parking lot. So I pop this back in its silicone case, and presto. Some of you ask, how did I mount it? Well, you see that brushed aluminum plate right here? You can see the gap in between the fork clamps here, and I just basically mounted it in between there. I slipped a little piece of rubber in between there to keep this from bouncing up and down. There's a little bit of a play, but it's cushioned, and that makes it safe for the MP3 player. Now let me walk around here one more time, and you can see it from this angle. This is pretty much what I see from the cockpit. It's centered. I chose one that has a nice button that can do everything just at a touch of a toggle. Now let me show you the amplifier that amplifies this system. A lot of people have small amplifiers and with low amount of power. I, on the other hand, picked, it's hard to do with one hand here, I don't want to scratch anything up. I picked a good amplifier that has a lot of power. It actually comes with this kit, that's why I chose it. As we can see, this is a very tiny little amplifier that's 100 watts, and it goes right where my tool compartment is, and it fits snugly. And actually I use the tool strap here. I tuck it underneath that just to keep the vibrations to an absolute minimum, and bam, presto, it's out of the way. Amplifier is not going anywhere. It's 100 watts, ample power to do what I needed to do. Now, as for sound, people were saying, well, I couldn't hardly hear it. Well, the first half of my video, you couldn't hear it because I didn't have it on. The second half, when it was kind of quiet, truthfully, I had the volume pretty low because I was really trying to enjoy the ride and I was worrying about filming and such. And also, I had the camera sitting right here. I put a shirt, like a padding here, and I bungeed it down. So you can see the speakers are well behind where the camera was. So you really couldn't hear it. But if you were to put yourself in the pocket behind the speakers where the sound comes back, it was amply loud. Now, I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to hit play. I'm going to turn this thing full volume. Hold on, I'm going to walk away so it won't be too loud. As you can see, I'm a good 15-20 yards, possibly. That's still pretty loud in my opinion. So as we approach the bike, and we put ourselves in the bubble, we can see that this stereo is very loud. 100 watts of power. Now, you say, well, what about on the freeway? I can hear this stereo at about 65 to 70 miles an hour without earplugs and without a windshield. Pretty clear. With a windshield, I would be able to hear it much better. But what I find when I take long trips and I'm going to do, you know, have a lot of wind in my ears for a while, I put in earplugs, and the earplugs allow me to travel about 85 or 90 miles an hour with no wind noise in my ears, and I can hear the stereo very clearly through those earplugs. Believe me, this stereo is awesome. It gets louder than most factory stereos that I've seen, and for the price, you can't beat it. It costs about $165 plus the cost of the MP3 player. I bought my MP3 player off of eBay for about 30 bucks, I believe. So there goes a tour. I just wanted to give you guys a good demonstration and explain why you couldn't hear it perfectly well. See, here's a front shot. And basically, don't get me wrong, guys, I don't sell these things. I don't make any commission. But as an avid motorcyclist, and you guys are my V-Star Forum friends, I just thought it would be interesting to show you really what the stereo is like, how I mounted it, where I put the amp, and clear up some misconceptions about not being able to hear it.